Hello, my name is Joshua Weideman. I am here to videotape some things that are going on in my life that, really shouldn't be. I am feeling like a caged animal. I have cerebral palsy. I am in my room. I have the Section 21 waiver services in Maine. However, they're supposed to get you out in the community, supposed to get you out doing things. My house manager's been on vacation for the last 2 weeks. The company I have, the name of them are Cafe. They have effectively booted me, because they can't meet the need. So they say. It's not that hard getting me into a car. My caseworker did it for an entire 6 hours, in and out. No problems whatsoever. All kinds of frozen food. House manager would cook stuffed shells, chop suey, homemade food, and all I'm eating for the last 2 weeks is frozen food. And it really affects me, because I was eating frozen food as a child and very much used to it. However, my house manager got me off of that, and I was very grateful for that opportunity to eat stuff like stuffed shells, homemade, baked mac and cheese, stuff like steaks, hamburgers, homemade food, and now I'm eating frozen food, which is affecting my blood pressure. I've got high blood pressure, which they all know. I'm on high blood pressure medicine. We got staff that are refusing to shower me. They're saying it's too hard to do. We got staff that are refusing or having a real hard time wiping a butt, and they're saying that's really hard to do. Personally, if I could do it, I would do it. It's not as hard as people are making it out to be. Yes, I'm a big boy, but, eat shit, sleep, piss. I mean, that's my life. Eat shit, sleep, piss. And all I see is the four walls of my home. I don't go out other than around the block. I feel like a caged animal. With no life. I mean, for me, this is the epitome of what an institution is. Eat shit, sleep, piss. Eat shit, sleep, piss. Feed me. Eat shit, sleep, piss. I can't go out anywhere with nobody, and it's depressing. Under federal law, under state and federal law, because they receive money from the feds, and under the state law, they're supposed to get you out into your community so you can be a part of your community. And I don't know, about 2.5 weeks now, I've been eat shit, sleep, piss, and holy crap, eating a lot of frozen food. It's really affected me mentally. It's really challenging my mental fortitude. It's also really unhealthy and really just not good. I'm a 3X in my pants, and the way I'm eating, I'm just gonna keep growing that way. eventually I'll be a 5, 6, 7X. All the frozen food that I'm eating. I really need to hone in on this. I wasn't ready to. I wasn't ready to last year, a year and a half ago. I was perfectly happy eating the donuts and eating the cake. But, near-death experiences happen. Like, I went into anaphylactic shock, almost died, all organs shut down. I had surgery, which I almost died from. I may not have come back from. All I see is the four walls in my living room, 4 walls in my kitchen, 4 walls in my bathroom, and 4 walls in my bedroom. I don't go out and do anything with my life. It's hard because I have a disability. I understand that these staff are having a hard time serving me, but it's not impossible. And, when staff leave me at feces and refuse, and basically say, we're not wiping you, or we can't wipe you, they have tried to say that, I don't tell them, but in the same statement, they said they can't get it all off. Which is basically, to me, telling me, you know it's there and you're pulling at my pants. Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King, they didn't get anywhere by sitting there saying, Martin Luther King wrote a speech, I Have a Dream, which is why our children of all races and all religions and everything like that now, blacks, Asians, Caucasians, Cambodians, Muslims, we can all eat in the same cafeteria because of what Martin Luther King did. And now blacks can go eat at the same table as a white person in a restaurant because of what Martin Luther King did. If he hadn't have marched, we wouldn't have had that right. Rosa Parks, if she hadn't have stood up for what she believed in, she would have never sat on the front of the bus. She would have been back on the back of the bus, and we all know it. So those iconic figures in our lives are, what I look up to because they fought for what they believed in. I have staff that just really don't know how to cook. It is very hard for them. I've had a staff recommend cooking of chicken breast in a microwave, and that wasn't happening for me because I don't want salmonella. I don't want to die. I'm not eating that. I've had staff recommend cooking frozen chicken tenders in the microwave, and I'm not doing that either. No. Like it's unacceptable to deny basic human right, which they're doing it. It's just the fact that they're denying it. I had a hard time as a child getting clean and getting adequately fed. And I have post-traumatic stress disorder, and I'm going through a lot of things I went through being younger and remembering it, and then just really challenging me mentally. I mean, it's really hard. I don't really, I've lost all respect for myself. I've lost all of my own pride and dignity and respect for myself. Because it's hard to have respect for yourself. It's hard to care for yourself when people don't care for you. My life, personally, has been affected by this because that's all I do. All I do, eat shit, sleep, piss, eat shit, sleep, piss. My quality of life isn't what I want. They are suppressing me from the quality of what my life is because they don't support the ideas of what I want my life to be. I'm not a caged animal. I mean, you wouldn't even do this to a dog. You let a dog out to poop. It is so inhumane. Another thing that's affecting me is the roommate barely showers. He showers every couple weeks, every 2 to 3 weeks. He smells. He's got a cat that smells, which the company knows about. You know, he doesn't change the litter box, which the company knows, and they're letting the cat be neglected. It is hard to, his room smells like a gym locker room. In the summertime, all I can smell is BO and a mixture of, cat piss and cat shit. And also, he doesn't wash his clothes. So, I mean, it smells horrible. And he's got dishes in there from like 3 weeks ago that we all eat out of. I just feel like a dog that deserves to take a shit, and I just feel like I am a dog, or I am caged up. Because I'll go around the block 100 times, but that's what my life is right now. That's not acceptable. It's also not what these services are supposed to provide. It also makes me think that the other agencies are going to do the same thing to me, and that they're not going to be able to care for me as much. And the cafe, was a great agency to begin with. Yes, I gained a little bit of weight. Yes, only one person can take me out places. My house manager, his name is Jack Gray. He does an amazing job with me. But while he's on vacation, I haven't left besides going around my block 100 times. Because my quality of life isn't what I want it to be. I need to make some healthy eating changes. I need to exercise more. I need to get back to who I know I am and what I know I am and who I know I can be. You see, life is like a business. You gotta sell the product to make the product. But you don't sell the product, you're not gonna make the product. You don't pour the foundation for your business, the building's gonna fall. And that's exactly what life is. And people with disabilities don't really hold themselves accountable for much. They expect the system to pick them up and help them out with life. And I just feel like an inhumane person because all I do, eat, shit, sleep, piss, eat, shit, sleep, piss. That's what my quality of life is. That's not what I asked for in my life. That's not what I wanted. I mean, these companies, from my perspective, get an ungodly amount of money to provide a service. They look at how much money they can make from each individual person. So their idea is to get 100 people in here so they can make more money and not look at each individual need, whether they can meet the need or not. That's the problem with throwing an ungodly amount of money. $130,000 is a lot of money for one person to be at a group home for a year, and then for me not to have adequate service. I mean, I was going to a day program, but the day program, they couldn't meet my need there either. I was sitting there, I was watching movies, playing video games. It was in a center the whole entire time. I wasn't going out in my community. Their solutions were put me in bigger groups, or if staff wanted to transport me, they could, or if they thought they could, they could. But if they didn't think they could, they didn't have to. I realized that, I need to make some changes in my life, but I need to have the adequate support to do that. My mental fortitude constantly is challenged. These staff don't want to even cut up vegetables. They don't even want to, make homemade food. They don't want to do anything. They sit in front of a TV all day, and that's what they do. And it's incredibly depressing. I can't get them to even want. They give me disgusting looks. They give me attitudes all day. It's like they don't want to work with me. I understand that they do. Reasons why they don't is because I've had to report them for neglect. When you leave me in feces and you refuse a basic human right of a shower, and you just refuse to take care of me as an individual, I have a problem with that. And I have a problem with, people just not giving a shit. They are more than capable of doing things with me. They just don't want to. I have staff who have left me here for 5-6 hours. I mean, I can be here 2 hours by myself. I mean, it wasn't a problem. But it's not a problem of leaving me alone for a couple hours. But it is a problem when they don't look at what I need and they just leave. It's not cool at all. His car broke down. He needed a battery, or he needed a starter, one of the two, or both. I'm not sure. But he came in, pulled his car off the side to talk to the morning staff, and then tried to move it back. But he couldn't move it back. He was stuck there. I understood that. I understood he was going to go get a mechanic to look at it. I understood. I said, what can I do to help? Do you want me to get a tow truck? Do you want me to get a, call a garage? What can I do to help you? He accepted the hand. But what he didn't do was let me know that he was leaving. He went to the bank with his mechanic. He took off with his mechanic to get parts for the car. I didn't know that the car wasn't going to a garage. I didn't know where this guy was for 4 or 5 hours. Meanwhile, I wasn't adequately fed. He proceeded to tell me, why did I need to be fed today? That I don't normally eat on his shift. I usually just sit in my room for 12 hours, and I don't eat on his shift. So he asked me why I needed to be fed, and all of a sudden why I was hungry. He just proceeded to not even ask me what I needed. I extended the hand to even ask him, okay, well, how can I help you with your car? But he couldn't do the same for, okay, do you need to take a shit today? Do you need a shower today? What do you need from me today? He couldn't do that because his priority was his car. It wasn't me. And that's really disheartening. I'm so disgusted by what's going on here. I mean, it's just not a healthy environment for anyone. We've had bed bugs. We've had cockroaches. I've had problems with 8 months with getting a door locked, stove not working, refrigerator not working, no hot water. Just everything under the sun is happening in this apartment. And, I'm head of household on it. And so my roommate's co-head of household. But, my roommate doesn't take any responsibility. It all falls on me. And then I get really stressed out because I'm the only one doing it. Because the agency staffs this home. That's what they do. They staff this home. And, and every time something breaks, it's my responsibility to get it in there. It's like, no, it's not. Like, I don't care. It's not my responsibility. It's his as well. It's not just my responsibility, it's his as well. I just, I don't care to take on the responsibility 100%. I don't have a good quality of life, so it doesn't make me motivated to do anything. And if staff can't help me achieve what I need them to achieve, then how can I achieve great things? Again, my name is Joshua Weideman, and I have CP. And I am doing this video audio recording for a grievance for my agency. I'm doing it to stand up, to say that people with disabilities matter. We are capable, and we deserve life. Thank you. Have a good day.